everybody. Today is, I guess it's technically almost midnight. Hold on. It's stuck. It's almost gonna be Wednesday. Wednesday, February 18th. Look at that. There we go. Midnight, obviously. This is technically the first week of me being on night shift. For my preceptorship. So far, I've done 2 days. I did Friday night last week, and then Saturday night as well last week. And so I've had a few days off. Tomorrow I go back. So Wednesday night, Thursday night, I have preceptorship, and then I'm back Sunday night for the start of 3 shifts in a row. So 2 preceptor shifts down and 12 and a manager shift left, and I'll be done with preceptorship. So far I've learned a lot. Love my preceptor. She's super awesome. So I'm making tea right now. Fun fact, everybody. I ran out of dandelion tea though, so this is mostly just my hibiscus tea. Normally I mix like 2 dandelion tea into hibiscus tea, but I only had 1, so sadly. But I also, before I move, I have to finish all of this tea that Hannah got me, as well as like the rest of this tea, so I need to finish all that tea before I leave. So, really, that's such a side note, but I just realized I forgot to. It's still simmering, but I forgot to put it away. So, yeah. So, life in night shift is interesting. Still trying to get used to it, I guess. So far, my schedule is looking kind of like this month. So I'll have 4, technically 6 shifts, counting the ones tomorrow, before the month ends. And then, this is just a list of all my preceptor shifts. March 14th, I'm going to try and do a manager shift and see if I can do that. And then these days, I start to go back. This week, I go back to days. Like I was saying, day shift. I already had done day shift in the SICU before, which was really busy, and lots of stuff was happening. And I feel like night shift is much calmer, and I do feel like I'm able to absorb more of the stuff that I'm learning, which is really nice. And my preceptor is really good about like explaining things and like asking if I can get any questions answered, or like anything. So she's super awesome. Love her. Really glad I got stuck with a good preceptor, even if I did have to unfortunately get nights. But night shift isn't bad. I think there's just periods where like from 2 to 4 a.m., it's like, I feel like time is just at a standstill, and like nothing's moving very fast, because it's like usually around those times, like there's not much to do. Like, you're not necessarily passing any meds, you don't necessarily have any assessments to do, so it's kind of just like a weird time. So yeah, it's not bad though. When I'm not working though, I've mostly found that at night I'm able to get a lot of my stuff done, and I feel like part of that is I feel like I'm more focused when getting my assignments done, because I don't have like anywhere that I need to be besides here. I literally just wake up and stay here for the entire day, so I feel like my time management and getting my assignments done. Like right now, I literally finished pretty much all my assignments that are due Sunday, except for my preceptorship, like stuff that I can't do because obviously I haven't done my shifts yet. But like my group project stuff, I literally got that done at the beginning of this. Like I think I got it done yesterday. Actually, no, I think I got it done Sunday night. And then I also, like, I just finished like an assignment that was like a bunch of assignments that are due this Sunday. So I feel like night shift has made me be able to get my assignments done sooner. And normally when I was on day shift, I feel like it was hard. It was hard to do that because there was just a lot of like other stuff happening. But night shift, I think right now, like, it's super quiet. I have all my little lights, lamps, little night shift ambiance going, which is really nice. I like the peace and quiet. I had to close my windows because it was too windy. But like, the weather's been nice enough so I can leave my windows open just a little bit, which is really nice. But I think, I don't know, I'm still definitely getting used to the night shift-ness, but it's not bad so far. It just feels weird, especially when like we do family calls and it's like everybody else has already had their day and everybody else has like stuff to say, and I feel like I'm just waking up and I'm just like trying to get awake, I guess. Lots of yawning. Yeah, not too bad so far. I'm trying to think. What else can I tell you? Really nothing else. Nothing else super exciting has happened. I meal prepped. Mom loved my oranges that I have. I also have my chia seed berry pudding. It's not really pudding, it's yogurt, I guess, but I have those. These are my things that I already meal prepped. It's like my pasta salad, which is really good, and then these are my tofu breakfast bowls that I have. And then I have some carrot chips and hummus. Kind of got that going on, and then that's about it. That's kind of usually what I meal prep. So I eat breakfast. I do like eating breakfast before I go to clinical, because when I get there, it's like it's report, and then it's like go, 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 and then you don't really stop until like 10 p.m. But I don't know. I feel like at night, I don't know really what to do with myself, because I like really quiet hours start at 10, so like if I wanted to clean my apartment, I have to get all my vacuuming and stuff done. If I wanted to use my little balance board thing, I have to do that before then. Like, I try to stay quiet because it's like the walls here are super thin, so I'm like trying not to do anything crazy. I need to start reading though. I feel like lately I've been job searching a lot, and I haven't really read a lot. I haven't really felt like I wanted to read. So yeah, but the job search stuff has been coming along. I found lots of ER jobs in different places. Some in Boulder, some in Estes. Not as many back home. But I don't know. Oh my goodness. Oh, too many yawns. I do feel like though Boulder has more like functional health jobs available. So really, I think I'm gonna follow what Mom said when I talked to Mom and Dad about it, was just to apply to all these places and just see what I get. Because at that point it's like I don't really have anything to lose. There's nothing I can lose by putting my application in, so I'm gonna do that anyway. And the worst thing that can happen is all of them will say no, and I can still apply to different places, still get a job, whatever. It'll be just fine. So I feel like, I don't know, I was kind of like stressing about like having to choose between the two, but it's like I wouldn't be mad if I got the functional health, like injections, IV therapy job. I wouldn't be mad if I got to start out in the ER as a new grad. Which I know is more of a long shot, kind of, but, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not gonna start applying to anything until preceptorship is done and I can go back to days, because then I can, like, actually be able to be like, hey, I'm a day shift person, let's do a Zoom interview, that kind of thing. Hopefully they can do Zoom interviews. days, and I won't have to like fly back, even if it's just like for an interview day, because March is still pretty busy. So is April, but you know. Anyways, that's kind of the little update I have for you. Nothing too crazy. Adrian was right. The night shift life it's got a different vibe, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't hate night shift as much as when I thought I would, but I definitely don't see myself working night shift in the long term because, I don't know, I feel, maybe not a sense of like FOMO, but just I feel like sometimes it's like, literally everybody that I know is sleeping right now that I would care to talk to, and I feel like sometimes during my day, it's like I like being able to just call my parents or call someone and just talk to them for a little bit, so I feel like it's odd not having that, and I feel like I have to be alone with my own thoughts, and sometimes I don't really enjoy that, but I like the peace and quiet. I like the calmness of the night shift, and I know night shift in the ICU is, I'm learning a lot, and I feel like because it's night shift, I feel like it's a little less high stakes than what day shift would be, so I'm grateful for that, and so far it's been going really good, so gotta be grateful for that. But this is the first week. I'll probably try and make some more videos next week if I can on how the night shift preceptorship is coming along. But this is all I got for now. Hello everybody. I can't remember the last video that I took, so I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but I decided to switch it up a little bit, so I have the Christmas lights in the background, and I'm sitting in the little comfy chair in the corner of my apartment, because normally you see me when I'm sitting like right there where that blanket is. Not today. Today it's different. Anyways, what do I have to say? I don't think I made a video last week for my second week of preceptorship, and technically this week is the third week of my preceptorship. So I just finished, yesterday I just finished 3 in a row. My first 3 in a row of preceptorship. Probably the craziest 3 nights that I've had so far. First night, super chill. My patients were much easier, I guess, than previous patients I've had. So it was an easy night. And then the second night, my preceptor ended up having to get floated, so I went with them. And unfortunately, we went to a med-surg unit, which med-surg units are just like super chaotic, and the patient ratio, you would think that like with the patients being quote-unquote lower acuity, that they would be easier to manage, but they're really not, because you, like, it's not like in the ICU where it's like 2 to 3 patients per nurse. It's like 5 to 6 patients per nurse, and it's like, it's just chaotic. Every time I go to a med-surg floor, I'm deeply humbled as to, like, at my work where I have like 15, it like literally reminds me of like my 15 patients at like work, but like obviously if I had those types of patients with like multiple IVs running and like other stuff like that, but these patients, I don't know what was happening, but it was just crazy. We were constantly running around the entire time. My preceptor was stressed, therefore I was stressed because we had so much to do. So it was a chaotic time. And then third shift, went back on our home unit in the ICU, and it started off really crazy because we had an admission right from like shift change. And then we also had another patient who has been there for a while, but they just had like a lot going on. So that was crazy. But it still ended up being a good night. It was busy, but I feel like it made the time go by easier. And like it wasn't like super crazy. things happening necessarily. It was just like a lot of tasks that we had to do, which wasn't horrible. But so far, I am learning a lot on my with my preceptor. She's a very good, like, she's very calm under pressure, and she does a good job of, like, letting me do things, which I really appreciate, because previously on a lot of the units, like, for other clinicals, it was hard to get the precept, like, whoever the nurse that you were following that day, to, like, let you do things, like, start IV meds and everything, but, like, my preceptor lets me, like, do stuff. Like, as long as she's there with me, she lets me do things. Some things that, like, when we get crazy busy, it's kind of just, like, she kind of takes over, but, still learning a lot. The ICU I'm on is more of, like, a surgical ICU, so we get a lot of patients that come, like, straight from surgery, and so there's a lot of, like, surgical terminology that, like, especially in report, or, like, even looking through their chart, I'm like, I don't even know what that is, so I literally have to, like, Google what it is. And some of these surgeries, like, I've literally never heard of before, but, like, it's crazy. I'm learning a lot, but it's also a lot to take in at the same time. But, I don't know. I'm not, hating night shift like what I thought I would, and maybe I didn't, like, go into it thinking I would, like, absolutely hate it. I wanted to give it a chance, but I don't dislike it, / it doesn't make me as uncomfortable as what I thought it would. I feel like it's definitely a schedule shift than what I'm normally used to, but nothing bad. I don't know, I like waking up and being a part of the daytime, and I feel like sometimes, like, I miss the sunlight. I really do. But it's nice at night to kind of have, like, my own time to myself, where it's like I know everybody else is sleeping, so it's like I don't have to, like, respond to a bunch of people, or, like, I can just get my schoolwork done, I can, like, read my books, I can watch my TV shows, do whatever by myself, and just kind of have, like, that peace and quiet, which I like. But I miss the day shift. I really do. I feel like I have more of a respect now for Adrian, who's did night shift for more than a year, I think, and just for anyone who really, like, does night shift, because crazy. You think night shift would be, like, calmer, but it's not as calm as what I thought it would. So, anyways, that's the update on that. Really, we just have, like, a lot of assignments now, to, like, work on outside of preceptorship, which is kind of annoying because we have to, like, redo part of our group project, and, like, spring break is next week, so we don't have a ton of assignments due until that, like, following Sunday, like, before spring break ends, and which sucks, because that's also my 3 in a row for my work, and then I have one night off, and then I go into a stretch of 4 days. I do, like, an 8-hour shift with a manager, and then after that, it's my 3 in a row. But then, after my 3 in a row, I'm done with preceptorship, which I'm really excited about, to just kind of be done and, like, go over to day shift. But also, like, I'm just excited to be done because it's like I'm not getting paid for this. I mean, it's like I'm not, like, making any money to support myself, so it's like, and that was kind of the whole point of doing my preceptorship as quickly as I could, because it's like, it is all about the experience, it is all about the knowledge, but I also am a human being that needs money for food and bills and things, so I need to pay off school, really. March 1st is usually when they take out money for tuition, and I'm covered for this month, but I just want to make sure I have enough, especially when I graduate and I leave here and I go back home, because I still have to pay for the NCLEX, I still have to pay for the licensure stuff, like all that, so have to do that. Yeah, other than that, life is good for the most part, just busy, Still trying not to be overwhelmed by all the school things and just take my time to like learn things and not feel overwhelmed, because sometimes I do feel like I don't know anything at all. And I know a lot of things, but I feel like sometimes it's like, especially at preceptorship, I feel like sometimes I'll be like I'll watch my preceptor do something and I'm like, how long did it take you to learn how to do that? Because they don't, like, there's a lot of things that they don't really teach you in nursing school, and I feel like, you know, people are like, oh, nursing school, like, will teach you everything to prepare you, but it's like, when you actually are, like, following another nurse on, like, a floor, like, a specialty floor, you're like, yeah, there's no way they don't have the time in nursing school to teach everybody that, so it's kind of like picking up things that I would need to know if I were to work on that unit, and also as just like being a nurse in general. So trying to pick up those things, trying to learn those things. Currently it's 6 a.m. on Thursday. It's my preceptor's birthday, so she's going on a family trip for her birthday. Kind of sort of family day trip, I guess. So I'm gonna text her happy birthday before I go to bed. But I'm going to drink my tea. It's the last of my dandelion tea and some hibiscus tea mixed together for anyone who cares. And I'm going to drink my tea. I'm probably going to watch. This is 6 o'clock, kind of starts my wind down time, so I'm going to just get in my pajamas, maybe watch some Cobra Kai, and just chill for the rest of the evening. I got a lot of my school stuff done today, which is good. Yeah, that's all I got. So I will keep everybody updated on the rest of my clinical time, but I have today, so I basically have tonight off, and then I have Friday night off as well. And then Saturday is a one and done shift, and then I have 5 days, technically 5 nights off. And then it's back to the grind. So I'm enjoying my time off as much as I can. But yeah, that's it. This is almost the end of week 3 of preceptorship. I'm hanging in there. I really am. But yeah, that's it. That's my little 10-minute long yap session on week 3. So I will keep you guys updated on how the rest of my shifts go, how my little mini break time goes, and the rest of my preceptorship. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nighttime Chronicles, I guess. It is currently 11:35. You can see it. It's in the darkness. I know. Here, maybe I'll turn on the light, because maybe that's a little bit better, so you can actually see my face. Anyways, today is Monday. It is technically the start of the 5th week of my preceptorship, which will be my last week. Technically this morning I just finished my last 3 out of 3 shifts. So now this is my night off, and then tomorrow I work again, but I'm following one of the shift leads, our charge nurse, so I'm excited to see that. And then I work Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then Friday night is gonna be like a half C day shift. I'll probably get done at like 1 a.m. just because my clinical advisor lady basically said, like, I can't go over on hours because it's illegal, because, you know, it's free labor essentially. So anyways, also I'm heating up my dinner. It's I don't know if you can see it very well. Hold on, let me see. You can actually see it. Probably not. Maybe that's better. It's rice, and then it's tofu that's seasoned kind of like ground beef, I guess, with like taco seasonings and stuff. And then it's shredded cheese, iceberg lettuce, and then pickles, and a chipotle sauce that I made. So that's my dinner. This is the last one that I have of this. And then everything I meal prepped this evening. I have these, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's It's basically like fried rice. So it's like white rice with like turmeric seasonings and like coconut aminos, and then it's a bunch of veggies like peas and carrots, tomatoes, mushrooms, beans, peas. I don't know if I said peas already, but those are my lunches, dinners, everything like that. And then I also have sweet potatoes that I made. I made them a while ago, actually. I just haven't eaten them. They're like smaller potatoes, but I have those. And then this is my like Greek salad. It probably doesn't look very good sitting in a container like that, but it's mozzarella cheese, chickpeas, great northern beans, cucumbers, tomatoes, and onion, some garlic, and some like lime juice and everything. So it's kind of like a pasta salad minus the pasta. And then my chia seed pudding, my last one, and then my snack. Then I meal batch prepped my coffee, which I'm finished using this like cold brew coffee that I got from Esch's. They're like cold brew coffee bags. This one. I always like the Chamberlain coffee stuff that I've tried at least, so I had some of that. And then usually I did my laundry. I still have to fold it. But normally I go down to see if they have any food and everything in the little like free pantry stuff. And so I got some Quaker Oats instant oatmeal packets to pack for like work and everything. And then I also got some salted cashews and some Nature Valley bars, but this is oats and dark chocolate. They're the only ones that I've found that don't have honey or milk or whatever in there. So I got some of those. And then, yeah, those are basically my snacks / the oatmeal for my breakfast. I know the Quaker Oats isn't technically officially gluten-free, but I looked it up and it says there might potentially be some cross-contamination, but also I'm poor right now and I just haven't gone to the grocery store and I don't really have a lot of stuff. Like, I'm almost out of milk. I have to last another week, and it's kind of one of the only things I can have right now, because I don't have enough milk to make, like, I don't have any of my own oats to make, like, instant oatmeals, or, like, the refrigerated oatmeals, and I also don't have any milk to make more chia seed puddings, so I have to make do. I guess I could use water, but that's gross. Anyways, I'm trying to eat my dinner. I have to fold my laundry. I finished what school stuff I need to get done this evening, so tomorrow, since it's my manager shift and I'll be done at 1 a.m., I'm going to come back here. I'm going to finish my homework assignments. I have 2. I have like a case study thing, and then I have like a discussion post reply that I have to do. So I'm going to do that. And then I also need to make my preceptor a card, because Thursday morning when I get off my shift, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's, and I'm going to get her like some Trader Joe's snacks, because she loves Trader Joe's. So I'm going to do that, because I just got my new debit card in the mail today. I literally checked my mail today, and I just got it. So I had to activate that bad boy, but I've been living without a debit card, or any funds really, for the past, like, week and a half, really. Anyways. Night shift has been going well so far. Still learning a lot. So far, I have, let me see if I can use it. See. I don't know if that's even possible. Maybe? We'll see. This is my hour log sheet, so I have to clock all my hours, like when I get there, when I leave, and then I have to like write what I did for the day, and then my preceptor has to sign off on it every single day. So far, as of this morning, I have 138 hours and 40 minutes. So, technically I need 176 hours clinical, like, on this sheet, but then we also did 4 hours of orientation, so So 180 hours total, but still, lots of hours. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's kind of the plan for this week. Honestly, I feel like I'm still tired from the past 3 shifts because the last few nights I haven't been sleeping very well. I feel like my dreams have just been really, like, weird. Or, like, the other day I literally woke up, like, multiple times throughout the night. And, like, granted I was still able to fall back asleep, but it still took me a little bit. And I was like, are you kidding me? But night shift has actually been decent. I've been enjoying my night shift time. I'm definitely excited to get back to days because I miss the sunshine, and now that it's daylight savings time and it's like the days are longer, I'm just like, the other day, was it yesterday, I was walking to work and I was enjoying the sunshine and I was like, I really miss the sun. I really do. But I've been able to learn a lot. All the other nurses on my unit are super nice, and they always let me jump in and like help out with stuff, or they ask me like questions to like help me think through things, which I really appreciate. But yeah, my patients have been pretty good. I've inserted an incredible amount of straight casts and Foleys for my patients and other nurses' patients. So I feel like I've mastered that at this point. I've gotten to do a lot of like IV medications, which I think I was looking forward to that most because like that's one thing that they haven't really let us do in nursing school a lot, and especially even when I've done our other clinicals, they really don't like let us do IV pump stuff very much, and like to actually be able to like break it down and like set it up myself makes my heart happy because I feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit more now, but there's still a lot that I don't know, and I feel like the surgical ICU that I'm in is like it's trauma patients, so it's obviously like each patient is really high acuity, but it's also like they come straight from surgery, and so they're still like super critical, but I feel like there's just a lot, and like to start out there as a new grad, like all the nurses that I've talked to, they started on like the step down ICU units, and then they went up there to the surgical ICU, and they said like they're really glad that they had that experience, because if they were to just start out on the surgical ICU, they were like, I probably would have freaked out because there's so much happening, and it's like you have to be super efficient, and I think that's one of the things that I'm like, at my work right now, I'm like, oh, I'm efficient, like I got my stuff down. And here in the ICU, I feel like it's more, I feel like I'm taking too long to do things, and it's like, granted, it's like they're really important things still, but it's like you don't necessarily have the luxury of like having time to like do stuff, like you have to do it quickly, and I feel like I'm still learning how to do that, but I'm getting better at it, and that's all that matters. But yeah, that's it. I'm having fun. I've seen lots of really cool patient cases. I feel like I'm just learning a lot. I'm really excited that I've learned this much so far. I'm also excited to be done with this because as much as I hate to like actually go back to my other job, which is less exciting, but still rewarding in a way, I'm glad to like actually be able to work for pay. And I think it's kind of hard to like stay on night shift. I feel like it's, I don't know, night shift, like having the alone time in the evening has been nice, and I've been able to get a lot done compared to what I normally do during the days, because I feel like the days it's like there's other stuff happening, everyone else is awake, so lots of stuff happening. But it's like night shift, I feel like you're able to just isolate yourself and get all the stuff that you need to get done, your obligations to yourself. So that's been nice at least, but still, lots of stuff happening. I just really miss the sunlight. That's the biggest thing. That's the thing I'm most excited about, is like to be able to watch a sunrise, because I've been trying to avoid looking at the light every time I come back home from work. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. That's my little yap session. I'll try and maybe film a little bit more this week of my, what's it called? Preceptorship? Or like before my shift at least. But yeah, that's kind of it. That's all I got going on. I don't want to make this video super long, but this video itself is already 12 minutes long, and it's going to be added to the rest, so hope you guys enjoy the long yap sessions. Anyways, what was I saying? I'm going to eat my dinner now, and then I'm also going to fold my laundry. So, I'll see you in the next video. Hello everybody, it is currently Saturday. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. I know it's Saturday morning, the 21st. Today was, I literally just got off my last ever preceptorship, so yeah, pretty much done, except for like a few paperwork things and whatnot, but don't have to actually go in for clinicals anymore. I should have filmed what I got my preceptor for some of her stuff. Really though, it was mostly just like some snacks and everything because she loves Trader Joe's, so I got her a bunch of snacks from Trader Joe's. And then, she loved it. She gave me a big hug, so and yeah, tonight was actually kind of an easy night. I got to straight cat somebody. I got to just do normal stuff, lab stuff. One of my patients got like a blood transfusion, which was cool to see. Technically we weren't allowed to do it, but see, it was cool. I also had my dinner, which is some cereal. Because usually right about now is when I eat my lunch at work. But as you can see, it's very dark outside. But I survived the walk back. And I'm gonna eat my cereal, maybe watch a little bit of a show, like 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll probably wake up fairly early, because that's mostly gonna have to, it's gonna be hard to get back onto the day schedule, but I kinda have to do it because I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, so for this weekend, kind of have to get back on that schedule. I think it should be fine though. But my last preceptorship was a success. I'm really glad I did nights because I feel like it was nice to see like the night shift perspective of things, and like I feel like I was able to spend more time learning because previously, you know, I did my critical care semester on that same floor, but it was during the day, and I feel like not a lot of the nurses like let us do stuff because they were just busy, which kind of sucked, but I feel like I was able to learn more, and my preceptor was super nice. She let me do a lot. So yeah, it was good. And then one of the other kids in my class, he works as a CNA/tech on the SICU unit, so he was there tonight, so I got to work with him for a little bit. So it was good. All in all, it was a good shift. This is technically the end of the Nightshift Chronicles. So, I'm ready for bed, as you can see. It's almost 1 a.m. Trying to think. Yeah, tomorrow, my first day back to the light, I am gonna go get groceries, which I have to do my Walmart pickup order before I go to bed. So it's ready in the morning, and then yeah, just running errands, and then I think Casey and I are gonna hang out tomorrow night too, once she's done with her shift tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. All in all, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I am grateful for all the things that I've learned and was taught by all the lovely people that I got to meet/work with. But I'm also excited to go back to days, so I'm ready for that. Anyways, this is it, everybody. This is my last ever clinical. 10 minutes because I calculated it. But that's it. All done. Now the rest is just projects and busy work, to be honest. But that's that. Only, let me actually see how many more days I have until graduation, so I can put you in. Don't mind the crazy bed. Get up. Let's see, everybody. We have oh my goodness, sorry, my phone won't load. We have potentially 48 days until graduation, which is crazy. And then technically preceptorship is done. So I'm excited to finally be done, and no more clinicals, no more paying to work for free, no more indentured servitude. I don't know what the actual word is, but anyways, I should probably get to that. Might not make any sense, but night shift, overall, not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. When I first was told that I was going to be night shift, I thought the world was ending, because I was like, night shift, are you kidding me? I never asked for this. But it had its good moments, and I'm glad that I was actually able to kind of experience what night shift was really like. And yeah, it's been good. It's been real. Now on to bigger and better things, I guess. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop the vlog because this vlog is in total probably a really long time. So if you stayed to the very end of this video, good job. Good night, world. See you in the daylight now.